Hi, we are juniors at Franklin High School, and we are a part of the Franklin Science National Honor Society. And today, we will be learning and conducting an experiment about psychology.
Before we begin the experiment, what exactly is psychology? Psychology is the study of the human mind and its functions, and is responsible for almost every decision we make. The brain sends signals to the rest of our body, and the brain runs the show and can tell, for example, your hand to pick up a pencil and write. Our brain looks at every situation we encounter and makes a choice. This connects to the fight or flight theory, and the fight or flight determines if we will stay in a scary situation or if we will flee and run away. Psychology is very important in understanding why we do the things we do in life. The learning outcome of this activity is to demonstrate the fight or flight response that occurs in our brains and the role psychology plays in it. We will be able to learn how different parts of the brain are able to send various messages throughout the body to induce different reactions.
The activity we plan to run will consist of one person asking the other person a series of questions. It will be similar to Would You Rather, but the questions will be based on a person's reaction. The response to the questions have to do with the situations where fight or flight is used to show how a person's brain perceives different situations. Again, you can do this experiment with a family member or a group of friends over Zoom. You do not need anything but yourself and a laptop to do this experiment. Before beginning, please be aware that some questions may be triggering. We're here today with our friend Zach, who's also a junior like us, and this is a demo of what our experiment is going to look like.
The demo question we will ask is, would you rather be in a room full of spiders or a room full of snakes?
Snakes.
We are now going to start asking you questions. Feel free to pause and discuss with the people you are doing this experiment with.
Question 1. You are in a haunted mansion at night, and you hear a weird noise. You can either run out of the house, or you can stay and find out what made that noise. What would you do?
If you said leave the house, you've used your flight skill. This means in situations of high stress, your brain makes you flee the scene. If you said stay in the house, you've used your fight skill. Question 2. While walking to school one day, you hear a noise behind you. Do you start to walk faster, or do you turn around and see what made the noise?
Question 3. Eat a live worm or be locked in a room with the tarantula for an hour, but you do not know where the tarantula is.
This question relates to a phobia about fear of spiders. Phobias are things that make people anxious, and phobias often kick in our fight or flight skills. Question 4. Would you rather pet a dog or a cat?
Question 5. Would you rather be stuck on the top of the tallest building or be stuck underground?
If you have a fear of heights, this is also a phobia, and there's a special name for it called acrophobia. Question 6. While walking on the sidewalk one day, you hear a dog growling behind you. Do you cross the street so you are opposite the dog, or continue walking?
Question 7. Would you rather be in the middle of the ocean or in an airplane in the heights?
Just like we've discussed before, this may involve a fear, as it's common to people to be afraid of heights or the ocean. Our brain develops these fears, also known as phobias, in situations where we find ourselves scared. Because we are scared, we try to avoid situations where we may interact with our fears altogether. However, if we are unable to avoid these situations, our brain will send psychological responses to our body and keep it as safe as possible. Question 8. Would you rather skydive or bungee jump?
Question 9. Would you rather give a presentation in front of 10,000 strangers or give a presentation to your entire family?
Question 10. Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always be 20 minutes early?
This question relates to how stressed you are around being late or early to situations, and if you like to be more prepared. People may find themselves stressed arriving in situations with others, and because of this, they may leave too early or too late.
Thank you for participating in these questions. The brain is an interesting muscle we have that controls so many basic things we do in our lives. From this experiment, we hope that you now know more about the fight or flight skills you have.
We hope you enjoyed this experiment and learned a little bit more about how interesting our brains really are in psychology.